From cosmetics that got banned, to 1 in a million glitches, and even items that were never supposed to be in the game.
That isn't in the patch notes.
Here's the 50 rarest things in Fortnite.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fortnite in China.
Back when Fortnite launched in China, players who linked their accounts would receive the awesome pointer and power grip harvesting tools completely for free. But here's the crazy part. Just a few years later, Fortnite China got banned, and every single one of those accounts was wiped out for good, along with all their cosmetics, including pointer and power grip. That means literally no one on the planet owns these anymore, making them impossibly rare. Back when Fortnite first added Thanos to the game, it led to something even rarer. Thanos was stupidly broken with a ridiculous 700 HP, 300 shield, and siphon, meaning you would generate back to full shield after every elimination.
And you're dead, and I have my shield back.
It was stupidly broken, so Fortnite tried to balance things out by making Thanos unable to build, which made sense. But there was one big problem. It turns out there was a super rare glitch where sometimes when you picked up the Infinity Gauntlet, the animation didn't trigger, meaning not only would you be able to get all the powers of Thanos, but you'd also be able to build.
What is going on?
It was absolutely crazy, and it turned him from overpowered to just straight up ridiculous.
I'm coming.
You had 700 HP, and because you could build, other players couldn't even land a shot on you while you were charging them down. And that's not all. If for some reason you got bored of Thanos' powers, you could still use your pickaxe, or even regular weapons like the Scar or an RPG. It was absolutely busted and basically gave you the guaranteed win. But unluckily for this player, there was still one thing that could take him down.
No, no, no!
The Storm. Next up, we have one of the most expensive and rarest Fortnite skins in history. In 2018, Microsoft released a special Xbox One S bundle, which came with the console, 2,000 V-Bucks, and some awesome cosmetics, including the Eon skin. Even back then, the $250 price tag was steep if you wanted just the skin, but now codes can fetch for over $500. Needless to say, it's incredibly rare.
I'm getting praised. Thank you, Default. I appreciate that.
But what's even crazier is that there's another Xbox promotional skin that's even rarer and even more expensive. In 2019, Fortnite released a new Xbox One S bundle, but with this one, they took it to the next level. This time, the bundle included an incredible custom purple console, 2,000 V-Bucks, and as well, exclusive cosmetics, including the Dark Vertex skin.
And it looks awesome.
The Dark Vertex bundle costs $300, $50 more than the Eon bundle. But you're not gonna believe it today. If you wanted to pick up this skin, you better have deep pockets, as the going rate seems to be about $4,000. In Chapter 5, Nick 830 found himself with a huge problem.
I can't get out. I can't get out. Bro, it's not letting me get out.
Little did he know, this would lead him to fighting one of the rarest and most OP glitches of all time.
It's not letting me get out. I can't get out of this car. Oh my god. I gotta sink it, I think.
It was a good idea, but this is when it happened.
It's kind of annoying that I... Wait, what? I can't get out of it.
He was totally stuck.
Wait, what?
But little did he know, he wouldn't get stuck for long. And soon, Nick would discover one of the most broken glitches in Fortnite history.
Is there anything I can do here? Yo, what? Okay, there we go. Oh, well.
Nick couldn't move at all. But then, he spotted something insane.
I'm not taking any damage.
There wasn't much he could do, so he found a fun way to pass time, but he could have never guessed what was gonna happen next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It disappears. And this guy is about to die probably in a few seconds.
But Nick could have never imagined who he was going up against.
Any second now.
At first, he thought they might just be doing something simple, like popping medkits or bandages.
Oh, he's probably healing. And here we go.
But as time went on, Nick started to get less sure he was going to get the free win.
And here we go. Wait, what is he doing? Wait, this is so weird. What? Ah!
It turned out this guy had a bunch of medkits, but he ended up dying anyways. Next up, we have Cipher PK, Nick Merckx, and Nate Hill with something completely impossible. They bumped into a hacker, but you won't believe how it ended.
Oh, he's a hacker.
The hacker had deleted Nick Merckx and Nate Hill in the blink of an eye, but Cipher wasn't going down without a fight. He had a plan.
Okay, I got this, guys.
What are you doing, PK?
Cipher used a lightsaber so he couldn't get shot.
I'm gonna go res you guys, all right?
Then he hopped in the boat and made a dash for the reboot. And he had an idea who the hacker might be.
Jarvis is back, bro.
Things were going to plan so far, but while he could run, he couldn't hide from this aimbot hacker.
Yo, you get... Oh, shot!
Oh! He's under the map, bro.
So Cipher, Nick, and Nate all reported the cheater, but they could have never predicted what was about to happen when they went to spectate.
Dude, I don't. His hacks aren't working that well or something. I don't know. Wait, did he kill these guys? He just got banned.
We got him banned.
Oh, we just rocked him, bro.
It only took 9 seconds from Cipher submitting the report to the cheater actually getting banned. That has to be world record for the fastest ban in Fortnite history. Next, we're looking at one of the most wanted rare skins of all time. To get it, you had to play 3 games of Fortnite on a flagship Samsung phone. And while Ninja was lucky enough to get an IRL supply drop with the phone inside,
Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
most players weren't prepared to spend around $1,000 just for a skin. Not to mention, if you were prepared to splash the cash, the promotion ended a long time ago, with the last day you could redeem the skin being over 2,482 days ago. So the Galaxy skin is easily one of the rarest in the game. But not all rare cosmetics are super expensive. Twitch has given away some amazing cosmetics completely for free over the years through drops. So when another one was announced in Chapter 3 Season 3, players were hyped. All you had to do was link your Fortnite and Twitch accounts to get the Vibrant emote totally for free. But here's the catch. It was only available for 3 days. That tiny window meant a lot of players didn't even know it existed until it was too late and missed out entirely. And seeing as it's never turned since, it's looking like Vibrant is gone for good, making it insanely rare. In OG Fortnite, Boom TV had organized a tournament with all your favorite OG content creators, but they also messed up and invited a bunch of pro players too. After the first few games of the content creators getting dominated, there was only one thing for it.
Oh my god, yes!
They decided to all wear Peely and team against the pros.
Guys, we need to be strapped. We need to be strapped.
Bananas together strong!
This was a pretty dumb idea. It's against the tournament rules and bannable, but they had had enough. So they all landed together at Pleasant Park, looted up, and headed out to get the revenge.
Rift.
They all rifted over to Tilted, and it looked absolutely insane.
No, bro, look! What?
And as they glided into Tilted, it didn't take long for one of the pros to notice something was up.
Oh my gosh!
Guys, they're sweats. They're sweats.
Bro, what is this?
Even Mongo was hiding from the insane banana army.
Wait, this is an insane spot.
But it's not hard to see why.
Is this a lot, bro? There's so many Peelies. What is happening? Dude, look at all the Peelies over there.
The Peely army cleared out Tilted Towers and then carried on an absolute rampage, decimating any pro player that stood in their way.
Dead.
Even the World Cup champion didn't stand a chance. The instant he hit the rift, the Peely army fried him out of the sky, and it was ridiculous.
There we go, Booga's down!
Yes!
Booger is dead!
The Peelies were stopping at nothing, and the pros were dropping like flies. Some of them lasted surprisingly long, but eventually the Peely army got their revenge.
We beat the sweats.
We did it! We did it, boys!
So now it was just the Peelies left, and there was only one thing for it.
Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only!
An insane pickaxe fight broke out, and the content creators were having a blast.
Another day, another victory royale for the OGs.
No.
Eventually, a banana picked up the win, making a truly one-of-a-kind victory royale. Did you know that in Chapter 1, the pump shotgun had a secret so broken it barely lasted a day? Even though it was meant for close-range fights, in the very early days of Fortnite, the pump could deal insane damage from long distances too. It was totally busted, and as soon as Fortnite realized their mistake, they got it patched immediately, meaning only a tiny number of players ever got to use the fabled sniper pump. Mistakes can be made easily, and next up, we got a big one. In the 4.2 update, completely out of nowhere, Fortnite added the Storm Tracker.
No, wait. Oh, I had the storm tracker. That isn't in the patch notes.
A crazy item that let players see the next storm 2 circles in advance.
Interesting. I think they messed up here.
In the early days of Fortnite, that was insanely overpowered, and as soon as Fortnite realized what they had done, they'd quickly swapped it out for the jetpack. This meant the Storm Tracker was only in the game for a total of under 30 minutes, making it easily one of the rarest items in Fortnite history. In Season X, Fortnite added a game-changing new location.
They added Tilted Town, a place you're not supposed to be able to build.
This had never happened before, but it didn't take laser beam long to find a crazy glitch at the new POI.
Alright, I'm not going to show you how to do it, but just want to let you know I'm currently in Tilted Town, an area where you're not supposed to build, and as you can see, I can build in Tilted Town. Time to crank some Doritos, boys.
This was absolutely absolutely insane, and Laserbeam felt like a god.
No artificial barrier can stop me.
It was beyond rare to see someone building there, as it was supposed to be impossible. So it wasn't long before somebody came over to investigate.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And safe to say, this player was absolutely mind blown at what they were witnessing.
He just left the game. He just left the game. And he gave me more mats. Crank more Doritos.
And it wasn't long before Laserbeam was crowned the king of Tilted Town.
They know they don't stand a chance.
In Chapter 1, Fortnite released the awesome new emote, Tidy. But it didn't take long for players to realize it was based on a real-life dance by none other than Snoop Dogg. And pretty soon it was all anyone could talk about. Fortnite clearly didn't want to get into another huge legal battle over an emote like they did with Fresh. So, after a few appearances, it vanished. Until 4 years later, when Tidy randomly appeared back in an item shop as a part of the Vaulted for a Year or More section, completely out of nowhere. The community couldn't believe it, as it was finally back, and rushed to buy it. But just after a few short hours, Fortnite realized their mistake and removed it. Players that missed out were gutted. But when remakes rolled around, their prayers were answered. Kinda? Snoop Dogg was in the official trailer, and people hoped that this might mean that the emote would make a comeback. And it did, but in the most unlikely way. It didn't come back to the shop. Instead, Fortnite did the ultimate troll. If you got hit by the new Double G Boogie Bomb, you were forced to do the emote, whether you wanted to or not. But you still couldn't get the emote, so GG's only. In Chapter 2, Season 7, Nick K30 found a rare glitch with the UFOs that you won't believe.
Easy, breezy, beautiful.
If you put an item on top of a UFO without breaking it, it would stay stuck in the sky forever. Nick flew the squad up there and it was looking good. But there was one problem.
How are you gonna jump out? How are you gonna jump out?
I got it.
He's a pro.
Wait.
I got it, he said.
I made it. I made it.
That was insane. And luckily, it meant that Nick had one more chance.
Gosh, please.
Okay, nice. Okay, we gotta get a kill now, guys.
And Elam would be icing on the cake. So they started taking shots. And it turned out railguns on this glitch skybase was super OP. And they started picking up a ton of Elam.
2, 1. Got him, knocked him.
But eventually, Storm moved. And if they couldn't think of a way down, it would be all over. Luckily, Nick had an idea.
We can all jump for that ship right there and we can make it.
It seemed crazy, but having made a similar jump just moments ago, Nick was feeling full of confidence.
I'll get you guys, I promise. I'll come back. I'm dead.
Moving on, we have a pickaxe, which is rare, not only because it was available for a limited time over the holidays, but you had to go to an actual real-life store to get the code for it. Merry Mint pickaxe was super desirable.
I can't believe I got it!
And a lot of players tried their best to get it, but there was a limited amount of codes available, and stores soon ran out, making it insanely rare. Back in Chapter 2, Cipher PK was playing random squads, or so he thought.
Hey guys, what are we in the same game?
Do you understand Spanish?
Somehow, there was an extra player on his team. Cypher had queued up to troll random squads with an insane glitch. So this took him by surprise, but he knew what had to be done.
Anyone have Shockwave? I want to show you a cool trick.
And fortunately, it didn't take long for him to find some.
Get in the car.
What is your name?
My name is Cipher.
But getting his squad to cooperate was going to be easier said than done.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. In the car. I want to show you a trick. You need to be in el carro.
It wasn't easy, but eventually they got the message. And finally it was time to show off the crazy glitch. It was pretty simple to do, but very effective. And they couldn't believe it.
What?
I know, right?
It had sent them flying, but Cypher wasn't satisfied yet. And he thought maybe he could do even better.
We can do it again. We can do it again.
So he lined it up and then let it rip.
We are the champions.
In Chapter 3, a massive statue of the Foundation could be found at the Sanctuary. But it had a hidden secret that nobody could believe. If you took a tire and threw it at a specific spot on the statue, something crazy happened. And depending on where you threw it, sometimes the statue would even get launched across the entire map. But this player found that if you climbed on top of the statue and then threw a tire on it, it would send you into orbit. This was super broken, so Fortnite secretly removed this glitch in the next update. In the early days of Fortnite, before TikTok-inspired emotes took over, there was Fresh. As soon as they hit the item shop, people started noticing how much it looked like the Carlton dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And the creator of the dance, Alfonso Ribeiro, wasn't too happy about it. He even took legal action. Although he was unsuccessful, the emote hasn't been back in the item shop since. It's been over 2,588 days since Fresh was spotted. It's looking like it might never come back, making one of the rarest emotes in the item shop we've ever seen. On September 6, 2021, Fortnite released an Icon Series emote nobody saw coming. Stuck. Noted for the bold public image and lyrics, Cardi B was the last person people expected Fortnite to collaborate with. And although the emote was family friendly, some players were convinced they could hear a curse word, which caused a huge controversy. Because of this, after the emote left the item shop, it never returned. Over 1,567 days later, it's still not been back. So it's starting to look like it might never return. And this emote will be insanely rare. No idea if he plays was playing a tournament, but while waiting for endgame, he found something utterly insane.
Oh my gosh, bro, why am I stretching out, bro? Hello?
He found a crazy glitch that pretty much turned him into Mr. Fantastic.
Bro, what is this? Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Next up, we have Tfue. Back in chapter 3, he was frying with the AUG, cooking up a 20 bomb, until he found this.
What the f? Crash pads?
Crash pads had been in the game before, but now so were cars, and this gave Tfue an idea. He stacked a few up, hopped in the Lambo, and this is what happened. He'd gone absolutely flying across the entire map.
I'm at logjam.
This was insane, but it made him wonder, what would happen if he used more? Way more.
Oh my god. Bro.
And they had a plan to go somewhere few people in Fortnite history have ever gone before.
That's gotta be like 20, dude.
Tfue hopped in the car, and it was finally time to put their crazy plan into action.
Oh, okay. That definitely sends us there.
They were headed all the way back to Spawn Island.
Going over to Spawn Island, yo.
And even though things were getting a little bit out of control, it seemed like their plan was working. And they might actually make it.
Yo, we did it! We did it! Yo!
This was crazy, but they had one more idea. It would be super difficult, but if they could pull it off, it would be absolutely legendary.
He's behind this tree right here.
The plan was to get the last player to hop in the car and send them flying in the storm, but it would be easier said than done.
Here, come to me. Try to bring him to me. I'm gonna set it up here, okay?
But eventually, they got in the car.
He's in.
Then he stacked the crash pads, and they were away.
No way!
It worked perfectly, and they got sent miles into storm.
He went so far!
In Season 6, Disney released the awesome film Wreck-It Ralph. And to hype it up, they collaborated with Fortnite to give away Hot Marat emote to players for completely free.
Free emote? Ooh, I guess I'll purchase that.
It was literally in the item shop for 0 V-Bucks.
I can't believe that emote is for everyone. That is incredible.
But since it only appeared for 2 days, and then it was gone. It's been over 2,584 days since this emote was in the item shop. That's over 6 years. And it was for a promotional emote for the film, so it's unlikely it'll ever return, making it one of the rarest in the game. In Chapter 1 Season 8, in the video we're running a promotion, where selected new graphics cards came bundled with an exclusive Fortnite cosmetic, including the absolutely epic Reflex skin. Or at least that's what was supposed to happen. Before the promotion even started, Fortnite made one of the biggest goofs of all time, accidentally releasing Reflex into the item shop.
That's crazy. They put the Reflex skin in. I actually didn't think they would do that.
Luckily, they were quick to spot the mistake and wasted no time cooking up the new Stealth Reflex skin for those who qualified for the original offer. And since the skin was only available with the purchase of a new graphics card, it's insanely rare.
I've got it. Come on.
Next up, some of you Chapter 2 OGs might remember this glitch with the boats. It was pretty easy to do, but unfortunately for Myth, this hacker found a way to take it to the next level.
What the f is that? What? Oh my god!
They had an insane hack to get infinite missiles with no cooldown, so they could shoot them as much as they want. It was like a mech on steroids, and they were completely destroying everyone. So all Myth could do was sit back and watch. And he had some ideas on who this might be.
Thanos, no! Oh my god, what is happening?
A lot of people don't have any idea just how incredibly rare our next emote is. Next up, we have complicated. And ironically, the story behind it is pretty complicated too. In November 2017, Kyle Hanagami choreographed an amazing dance on YouTube that went viral, getting over 39 million views on YouTube. But this is where Fortnite made a huge mistake. In Chapter 2, Season 3, Fortnite added its complicated item shop for 500 V-Bucks that looked exactly the same as Hanagami's dance. So much that he actually ended up filing a lawsuit against Fortnite. And even though they eventually settled it in 2024, the emote still hasn't come back to the item shop. And with over 1,584 days since then, it's looking like this emote may never return. In Chapter 2, Season 3, to celebrate Liverpool winning the Champions League, the biggest club soccer tournament in the world, Fortnite added Raise the Cup. You could get it as a reward in the Raise the Cup tournament, or from the item shop for only 200 V-Bucks. But 2 days later, it disappeared, never to be seen again. That was over 1,948 days ago. And it's looking like unless Liverpool somehow wins another Champions League, this emote might never return, making it possibly one of the rarest emotes of all time. When Fortnite dropped the very first Battle Pass in Chapter 1 Season 2, they made it clear that cosmetics would be exclusive to that season's Battle Pass. So now, way over 7 years later, some of them have become incredibly rare. Coming at a tier 5 was Wave. It was completely free, but since it was super old and is never coming back, it's still rare, but nothing compared to the Worm. This absolute classic was way harder to get. First off, you actually had to buy the Battle Pass. It wasn't free, like Wave. And then players had to grind all the way up to level 28 in order to unlock it, making it super rare. But that's still not as rare as Floss, probably one of the most famous Fortnite emotes of all time.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
It's also one of the least owned. To unlock this one, players had to get all the way up to tier 49, making it the hardest of the 3 to unlock. So it might just be one of the most recognizable emotes in Fortnite history, but that just makes it even crazier how rare it actually is. In Chapter 1 Season 1, Fortnite released the awesome Skull Trooper and Ghoul Trooper skins for Halloween. But when Halloween was over, the skins vanished from the item shop, seemingly never to return. As time went on, players who had copped the skins loved the exclusivity, and those who hadn't prayed for their return. Until one day, they were finally back! While the new players were hyped,
I'm about to cop this. I always wanted that skin, bruh.
OGs felt like their exclusivity had been ruined.
I hear the tears of people that bought this last Halloween.
So, Fortnite made things right quickly by dropping their brand new styles just for them. Pink Ghoul Trooper,
I love the pink.
And purple Skull Trooper.
Look at that. Yeah. Come on.
Hey, I'm be rocking that purple though.
These styles have never been available to buy from the item shop. So if you see one in game, you're looking at a player who's been here since the very beginning. In Chapter 1 Season 4, Laserbeam discovered a short-lived glitch that gave him a crazy idea.
Basically, if you build a ramp and anyone's body parts are inside that ramp when it's built, you can walk through it. Yeah, I was saying that and I was like, let's exploit it.
So we hopped into a game and got to work.
We've got to get a trap, but we've also got to get something real shiny. Something that even the best player in the game is going to go, oh, I want that.
Not only did he need a trap, he needed bait too. Luckily for Laserbeam, it didn't take him long to find the bait.
This could work. Oh, yes, a scar.
Or the trap.
We got the trap we need.
So now, it's finally time to see what Laserbeam was cooking up. Laserbeam started by building a box and putting traps inside, and then placing a roof with the bait on top. Now his trap was almost ready. He just had to pull off the glitch to make sure the floor was invisible.
Then we crouch here, like this, and now you should be able, yeah, there we go. Now they should just fall through it if anyone comes up here.
And wait for an unsuspecting victim to come his way. Sadly, Laserbeam waited for ages and started thinking nobody would ever show up. But then, somebody finally came his way, and it was time to see if this wild plan would actually work.
Got it!
That was insane. They had no idea.
That was gorgeous.
But while spike traps were pretty epic, Laserbeam had an even better idea.
We build something like off the edge of the dusty divot and make them fall into their death.
So he set up another elaborate trap and got ready for the craziest prank in Fortnite history. He waited and waited and waited. But finally, a default was heading his way. But there was no way they'd fall for it, right? They did. Hook, line, and sinker.
That was just too perfect.
When shopping carts were first added, all the way back in Chapter 1, they were an instant hit. And it was easy to see why. In a time before roly-polies, ballers, or even the humble shockwave grenade, any kind of mobility got players hyped. And the shopping cart was no exception. It was the perfect mix of useful and totally meme worthy.
It's not down! Down! Not my fault!
We didn't die. Lupo, we didn't die.
Pretty soon, players were launching themselves off the biggest hills, hitting wild speeds and insane jumps.
Turbo build! Turbo build! Oh, God.
But then, one player found a glitch that took things to a whole other dimension. At first, it just looked kind of funny. Their character was floating midair, holding onto the cart, flying around like Superman. But then, it started tipping over in slow motion. And then, they got pretty much sucked into a vortex, and it was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. They kept going higher and higher and higher until eventually, they were miles above the map. And then this happened.
I'm gonna click X and see what happens. Oh my god, I'm doing like... I can't get off, dude. Wait, what?
They teleported back down like nothing ever happened. In Chapter 4, Zemi was gliding in to save the day.
It's 3 teams. It's 3 teams. It's 3 teams.
You can res.
Yeah.
But when he goes to res, something absolutely mind-boggling happens that should be totally impossible.
They shoot me. Why are they shooting me? Let me know. Wait, you're...
What?
Wait.
How am I up?
Wait, what?
I'm up. I'm up.
Somehow, Zemi had res thieves instantly. They were mind blown and determined to figure out how to do it again.
It was like right here. Tell her to move.
Zemi crawled over to the same spot Thieves was in, called over the NPC, and...
I'm up. Wait. What? Wait. It happened again!
Our next rare pickaxe, Sunfall Scythe, was only available in Japan, which would have already made it pretty rare. But it was also only available for a month as part of the promotion to players who bought V-Bucks. So not many people in the world have it, and basically nobody has it on the North American servers. Pretty fun to know. If you spot this one in game, they must have gotten it in Japan. On November 12th, 2018, rambunctious hit the item shop for the 6th time only in a few months. So nobody could have guessed that it would have been the last time it was ever in the item shop for 1,486 days. But when it finally returned, things got crazy. It was only in the item shop for 1 hour?
By accident in 2022.
It's pretty safe to assume that it was a mistake, and it's been over 1,100 days since then, so it's looking like it might never return. In Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite had added a ton of mobility items, and Typical Gamer made an astonishing discovery with them.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the jetpack to go up.
He found that if you combine Shuri's Black Panther claws with the jetpack and Iron Man's flight kit, you can fly up unbelievably high.
Oh my goodness! What the flip?
But believe it or not, TG's only just getting started, and he had a crazy idea of what to do next.
I'm gonna hit somebody with the longest thunder pump of all time. That's what's gonna happen.
He had to wait until it was the last player, so he just kept on climbing, until eventually it was a 1v1. And it was finally time to try and hit the thunder pump from space.
Okay, I think I'm high enough. I think I gotta drop down. I'm going for it. All systems are a go. I'm dropping. The ultimate thunder pump. I don't know if I'm actually gonna reach the ground in time.
If TG couldn't land before storm closes, it would be all for nothing. But luckily, he started picking up speed, and it was looking like it might actually be possible.
I'm coming, Bob. Hello.
Somehow, as TG was falling, the last player must have heard him. He managed to get the thunder pump off, but it didn't eliminate them, and they weren't going down without a fight. But with some determination, eventually TG picked up the W.
Let's go! We did it!
With the re-release of OG Fortnite, players were excited to use their old skin combos and drop back into the old map for a serious hit of nostalgia. But there's a problem. The default axe has changed, and it's not the same one that players used all those years ago. Now named the Throwback Axe, it was available for free in the item shop for just a few days during Chapter 2, Season 4.
Because I do have a feeling that this pickaxe might become rare.
But as this was over 1,785 days ago, it's super rare, making it impossible for a lot of players to remake their OG combos. Winning in Fortnite is super tough, but in Chapter 2, Fortnite secretly changed that with the introduction of Slurpy Swamp. All you had to do was build a wall in this specific spot on the map, and you could glitch out the game into healing you at an insane rate. basically making you invincible and guaranteeing the win. Now we have a super rare emote that was only available in the item shop for 2 days in the entire history of Fortnite. Kiss the Cup. Added to celebrate the Fortnite World Cup. It's a limited time emote, which means it will never come back to the item shop. It's been over 2,339 days since this was for sale, so it's already incredibly rare. And as the days go by, it just keeps on getting rarer. In chapter 3, a lot of players found themselves running into this glitch with the new balloons. And unfortunately, once you got it like Tifu here, there was nothing you could do. What happened to Nick A30 was on a whole nother level of rare. He was actually disguised as a slurp barrel, and you won't believe what happens when he hits the blimp.
Oh, I can't deploy.
Even though he did take 100 fall damage, the slurp barrel healed him for 10 HP at the exact same time, so he didn't get eliminated. In chapter 1, Basically I Do Work and Wildcat heard something absolutely insane.
Throw it immediately, but don't pop the stone until you're like right about to explode, you know what I mean?
And they couldn't wait to put it to the test.
Oh my god!
It turned out there was a glitch where if you knocked yourself as you picked up the Shadow Stone and then got revived, something unbelievable would happen.
I am completely invisible, bro.
My turn.
The timing was pretty tricky, but if Wildcat could pull it off too, this was about to be the funniest Fortnite game ever.
Yes!
They did it.
Tyler, you're literally just a floating gun when you have a gun out. It's amazing.
This is the best ever.
And even before running into other players, it was already hilarious. But things were only going to get funnier from here. They were stacked on loot.
I found a scar.
They could build. And they finally found some players to troll.
I shot somebody. I shot him in the butt.
They were completely invisible. All enemies could see was dust kicking up as they ran. It was terrifying. They had no idea what was happening.
I took a shotgun. He's freaking out. This is a random glider. I'm done. Let's get out of here.
But now it was time to take the trolling to a whole other level. They were literally ghost riding.
Ghost ride the whip.
But then something mind-boggling happened.
Wait, I see you. Wait, what? I was with you!
DJ Yonder was freaking out. He knew players were nearby, but he couldn't see where, and was in a total panic.
He's shooting at the card. There's no one in it.
We gotta go.
Sadly, eventually the ATK broke.
I broke it.
He shot him.
Go.
But then, I Do Work had the funniest idea yet. He pulled out the tomato emote, and it was super funny. No matter what the enemies did, all they could see were tomatoes flying in from nowhere. They couldn't hit a shot. So I Do Work and Wildcat were free to troll as much as they wanted.
She just
They somehow found DJ Yonder again, and apparently he did not like popcorn.
Ah, Tyler!
Everything was going perfectly until...
Oh my god!
Little Red Riding Hood rocked him with the double barrel. But since they were invisible, she couldn't finish the knock. And Wildcat was free to get the revive. But that wasn't the last they'd see of her. She was an absolute menace.
Ah, Tyler!
Bro, she's a monster!
She's dancing on my body.
Luckily, the boys got the res again and kept the trolling alive. But then they found something awesome.
I got a chug jug.
Which gave him a goated idea.
I'm gonna bait it.
If this worked, it would be hilarious.
Come for it. Ready?
Yeah. No.
They were super confused and had no idea what was going on.
Oh my god, Marcel! What? He's pickaxing! You get me killed.
Eventually, though, all good things must come to an end. And so they didn't get banned for cheating. They let the last players take the win.
Yeah, nice job.
Woo! Do you remember Starry Suburbs? In Season X, Fortnite added this new POI for just 2 short weeks. And it had the crazy secret not many people know about. Stars dropped here from the sky, containing some absolutely insane loot. But there was one thing in particular that Lachlan was on a mission to find. He was looking for something that had never been seen before. It was insanely rare and easily the most overpowered item of its type in the history of Fortnite. After opening tons of stars, Lachlan still hadn't found it, which makes what Replays did next here even more unbelievable.
Oh, I got a gold tack SMG.
He got it on the very first star that he opened, so he took it as a challenge to win with just the gold tack SMG alone. But that was no problem. The Gold attack SMG was by far the most broken weapon of all time. With a ridiculous fire rate and 42 damage headshots, it was absolutely stupid. But because Fortnite put it into the game secretly, and the only way you could get it was from the stars and Starry Suburbs for 2 weeks in Chapter 1, a lot of people didn't even know that this gun ever existed. There's a version that's in creative modes now, but it is severely nerfed, and a mere shadow of its former glory. Needless to say, seeing as it was so goated, Replays picked up the W no sweat.
I only found one gun the whole game.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one too. It's a banger. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a video again. Thank you.